Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I thought I would maybe discuss a little bit more about what's going on with my seizure treatment right now. Again, we still don't totally know if it's a seizure or what the cause was or anything like that. The neurologist is sure that it's because I had a lesion for my MS, but there's actually some other possibilities as well. So we're still looking into that. But in the meantime, I have been put on Keppra, and it's an interesting drug. As you probably know if you've watched my other videos, I'm not a big fan of the medical system, and I don't really trust big pharma, basically. I mean, it's not that I'm against taking any medication, obviously, but I also know that most drugs are not actually developed to really help you that much. They're actually just kind of there to help you limp along and get worse and get other problems so that you need more medication and more medication. So it's more about making money than anything else. It's not made out of compassion for you. So I understand that. And it's not that I blame any specific doctor or nurse or anything like that. They're generally just trying to do their job, and that's it. So I've been on Keppra for a little over a week now, and it's horrible. I'm continuing with it with the hope that maybe it does actually help prevent future seizures, if that's what they are. But Keppra does actually make you feel pretty crappy too. It makes you feel really riled up and angry and exhausted, and it kind of makes your brain super foggy. So while I'm still dealing with the fallout of the seizure itself and all the stress of that and all the challenges that happen because your brain has just gone through this trauma, and I was oxygen deprived again. So there's all of that to deal with and recover from. And then there's also this medication that adds to that. And it really does make you angry. I know Sunday afternoon, after a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning at church with my wonderful brothers and sisters in Christ, it was fantastic and so needed. But by the time I got home, the Keppra started really doing its thing, and it was making me very angry and agitated and just feeling like something's just really wrong and it's the end of the world and it's all bad, you know, and it's just an awful feeling to have. So any little thing my husband did would really annoy me, really annoy me. So it was not fun, and I'm still trying to figure out why it does all of that. I gather it may have something to do with it having an effect on hormones and possibly blood sugar levels as well, even though I'm basically a low carb, keto, paleo type of person anyway, but the meds definitely messed with that. So I, of course, joined some online groups and found out pretty quickly that apparently if you're on Keppra, you should also be taking vitamin B6, which I take a mix of B vitamins, but B6 ended up not being very high on that list, so I went out and got some, and so I've started taking that, and I think there is a difference that it's making. I'm still feeling pretty off, but not as bad as I was by Sunday. So I'm hoping B6 will be the answer to that, because for the meantime, I'm going to have to stay on Keppra. And of course, my neurologist wanted to ask me very gently, I appreciate, if I wanted to start taking disease-modifying drugs for MS. And I said, no, I still don't want to. So she was actually pretty good there. She didn't push it, didn't do a sales pitch or anything. She just said, okay. Just wanted me on the Keppra. She wants me on a higher dose of Keppra than I'm on, but until I can figure out whether I can really tolerate it for the long term, I don't want to increase my dose quite yet. So one step at a time, because I know I tend to get reactions to medication, and I can't live in that state of agitation all the time. I can't imagine being like that wouldn't actually increase your risk of getting a seizure, because stress is such a major potential trigger for seizures. So I don't know, it makes no sense to me why this anti-seizure medication puts you in a state that you would think you would end up having a seizure from. So I'm still trying to find my way through that and hoping the B6 will help. I've adjusted my diet a little bit so it's a little more on the keto level again, because why not? I mean, keto does help a lot of people with seizures. So if that's what I'm dealing with, then great. I'll just pursue that. And still waiting to hear about the investigation into my heart issues. That's still ongoing, and it'll be months before we even move in any direction on that. I had my EEG yesterday, again, my third one now, and the techs are all very sweet and very professional, so I appreciate them, but I do hate getting EEGs. They're miserable, they're uncomfortable, and because I live in a smaller city in Canada, our hospital it's crap. It's just crap. I mean, I was in what looked like a storage closet yesterday getting my EEG. It was not even a proper medical room. It was just a mess, and that's how it is. And I could tell even the tech was pretty disgusted because he had come from another hospital that had been a much higher quality hospital previously in a different part of the country. And he was definitely not impressed with where I am here. So, but that's what we have to deal with. And all I can do is work with it. And yes, it's frustrating, it's uncomfortable, and you feel like you're not getting very good care, but you just move forward. And for me, I trust the Lord to do what he wants to do and use this in my life according to his purpose, and I do have faith in him. So I'll wait on him to use all of this for whatever it is that he has planned. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Don't really have any answers. I won't hear back about my EEG for a little while still. I did have some concerning blood test results on the day of the seizure, so nobody has said a word to me about that. I haven't been called for a follow-up appointment or anything like that. The neurologist didn't say anything, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I guess I can look into those things and see if that's just a one-off, if some levels just go off because I was in this state of trauma, or if they could be the cause. Maybe there's something else going on. So it's just all investigation and trying to figure it out for myself, because as I've said, the medical system, although I'm getting some help, and it's not a commentary on any of the individuals I'm working with, but the medical system itself is so broken that the likelihood of getting answers is actually not really great. So I just have to move forward and pray and just wait and trust and do my best. So I think I might have another video soon talking about the actual seizure event itself, maybe, and what happens during that process. For instance, that I bit my tongue and I've had a week of basically being on liquid diet because it really, really, really hurt, and it takes a long time to heal, unfortunately. I have seen some stories of people who bite their tongue and things can go very badly. You can end up actually having a speech impediment from it. So really hoping and praying that doesn't happen in the future, because it's pretty hard to communicate with people when your tongue doesn't work. So thank you for watching. And if you like this kind of content, if you're curious about my story, or if you have some comments or things you would like to share or learn, questions you want to ask, please subscribe and like and share and all that good stuff. And take care, and God bless.